going to have a look into the hive and see if there's any swarm cells that have emerged, because the other day a neighbour saw a swarm in the garden, and I didn't know whether it's in my hive, another guy's hive who lives near here, or whether it's a wild one. So we're going to see. The bees have gone a little bit quiet since the swarm, and so my suspicions have been aroused to the fact that probably got a swarm. If the swarm has issued, then it's possibly cheerio to most of the honey crop this summer. So we'll see how it goes. I always like to see how far I can get before I start getting stung, because it interests me the temperament of the bees. Sometimes I can cover up in all my gear and sweat cobs and I have no problems at all. Other times I take a chance and you know, I can get stung. On one occasion I went right through the hive, bare-chested with shorts on, and I didn't get one sting. Once you get the first sting, then you've got to be aware that the scent alerts the other bees, and one thing leads to another. So let's see how far we can get before I have to put the gear on this morning. Lovely sunny day. I guess the temperature's about 26, maybe 25, 26, and we're in the middle of July. There's my old smoker. Handy to put a hook upside down on the back, because then you can handle it nice and easy. I use fir cones inside today. Just a little smoke is all you need. That's the Brother Adam feeder that I put water in, syrup up in, got tin syrup. Now there's a load of honey in here. So I'm going to take, let's have a look at this frame here. This is the extra thin foundation. Well, it's not sealed, that one. Let's have a look at the one near the front. That's not sealed either. So you can't take that off. and that's not fully sealed either, so I'll leave that. If you take them off before they're fully sealed and before the honey's ripened, then you're going to get problems, because the honey will have a higher water content and will start fermenting. So down to the queen excluder, and I've had one sting up to now, which I'm happy to tolerate. If you get a sting, wipe it with propolis. Try and mask the smell. This is pretty heavy, this super, so it looks promising. Another one. That is heavy. A little cover over it. Come on girls, down you go. Down you go. So we're now down to the broom chamber. Need to make a bit of space so we can work, so I have got a dummy board in the back. Makes life easy. Dummy board, very handy. I think it makes a space at the back so you don't have to break the comb of the back comb. If you've got a big chamber like the 14 by 12, then these are ideal. I'm moving the combs at the rear of the hive. I'm putting them towards the back, because where I want to have a look is where the centre of the brood is, which is nearer the front. This is my favourite hive tool. It's an old steel tool. I find the stainless, they bend slightly, and I think the old steel ones are the best. So we'll see what's in this. I think I'm going to have to go further forward perhaps. So there's a queen cell there. That queen's going to emerge, and if she doesn't supersede, she's going to take a swarm with her. And there's some more queen cells. I'll take out that little one. I've got a bee just gone down my there's one there. I'm going to a couple of bees not very happy. definitely going to have to put my gear on. So I'll put that over and I'll be back shortly. So here we go again. I'm going to, I think, take a frame out of this with a swarm cell on it and some sealed brood and pollen and honey, and put it in the swarm box and separate the colony into two lots, a stronger lot in the hive and a weaker lot in the box, and hopefully the swarm cell, the queen, will hatch out and we'll have a little nucleus in the swarm box. Let's see how it goes. These glasses are very good, reading glasses, small bifocal type ones, but they're just standard reading glasses, supermarket. Put them on the end of your nose and you've got a magnifying glass and your normal eyesight. Brilliant. This smoke has got a lead weight on the back as well, which is a brilliant design. Belonged to the old beekeeper that taught me originally. That looks okay. That's the back frame of the brood. And we don't see any swarm cells, any queen cells on this. And of course I'm also looking out for the possibility of a queen. The young queen would be, oh, here's a queen cell here. So we've got a queen cell there. Queen cell there on both sides, so I think I'll take that frame. It's got unsealed brood in the middle, then we've got pollen and sealed brood, so it's got a bit of everything in there. I'll take that away. Now then, let's see what else we've got in here. Queen cell there, sealed. An unsealed one, which I'll destroy. Another sealed one, open one there, unsealed. So destroy that one as well. And I'm looking to leave two reasonable ones. But this is a very swarmy colony. My balance isn't as good as it used to be. One hive is certainly enough when you get into your 70s. So Well, some people take them all except one, and other people leave two in case one gets damaged or something, but there's two on that anyway for now. And I'll just put a little mark on that so that I know it's where the queen cell is. Drone cell, queen cell there, get rid of that. If you don't get rid of these queen cells, you could end up getting loads of casts and the hive will just swarm itself out. Take that away from there. That away from there. Okay, so coming to the front of the colony now. That's a nice comb, isn't it? Unsealed honey, nectar, sealed brood, quite a few drones. Their attacks on the hive, they can't feed themselves. I'm looking for queen cells really, but I don't see any more. Possibly, I mean, you can never discount there being a queen here, but so I look down the side of the face of the comb, and the queen usually is quite, well, not quite visible, but more visible when you're looking. And when you're trying to find the queen, look all around the edge first, and then to the middle, and then turn it over, because she's probably getting stung on the thumb there. See, look at them. Put this one back. Never got to panic, never panic. Scrape that out. Have a bit of smoke. Right, so pretty well done now. There's nothing else to look for there really. Oh, and another one. I think I'm going to have to put my gloves on. Oh yes, gloves please. Ah. So I go. Put the gloves on and have a think about what I'm going to do in the meantime. one. It's an okay frame. Nice patch of sealed root there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shake some extra bees into this swarm box. I've got a new frame of foundation here. This is always good practice. Put a new frame in every so often, every year. Well, that shook them up a bit. So we can put it back now. Don't forget your excluder. These are really handy things. You can roll them up and put them in a tube. And my old beekeeper used to put a solution of weak carbolic acid on them, and the carbolic acid, it sterilizes the cloth, and I think it suppresses the bees withdraw from the cloth. I think in the old days they used to call these smelly cloths or stinky cloths. So the mix over now. Hopefully one of those queen cells will hatch out. Actually, I think I'm going to take one away. I'm going to take one away. Because if I've missed one, and if I haven't missed one and there's any accident, then they can make a new queen, they can make a new queen cell. So there's a good one there. I'll take this one away. Take this one away. So in fact there were 3 queen cells on the strain, at least. If you get a queen cell in the middle of the frame, that's often a sign that they're going to supersede, so be aware of that. Very nice if you've got a strain of bees that supersede themselves. Oh, here's another one, so I'll take that away. So in fact there are 4 queen cells on that. So I've left that one there. I think I've got them all but one there. Never be sure. I'll settle for that. Gently down, girls, in you go. And lastly, the dummy board, I put that in the nucleus hive, in the swarm box. Maybe a bit of, oh, I would have done if it was open. So I'll drop it down the back of this here. Now we want the dummy board. Down there, makes life easy. Make yourself a dummy board, they're so useful. There's various ways of doing it, anything as long as you've got a bee space. Been handy in the swarm box really, but I didn't think at the time. Try not to crush any bees. Come on girls. There we go. And that's the super. This is a hell of a way for me, I can tell you. That's not the way to do it, but I'm halfway there. Oh, probably crushed the odd bee. And line it up if I can. Cover over. Down you go. Down you go. very handy, these Brother Adams. Normally they have a plastic cup that goes over the top with a clear window, and then you can see the bees coming up and taking the sugar syrup if you feed them sugar syrup. I don't like to. I prefer to give them the natural food. So any cappings after I've cut the combs, I give them the rinsings. I think that's best if you've only got a small setup like this. And I've left the entrance open on this, and we'll talk about this in a minute. I've forgotten where I was up to. This went on the top for the spare equipment. If I hadn't lost that swarm that left the other day, I could have taken this super off probably and put this one on the top of, well, for a further flow, or expanding the draw out the foundation in July. Now they have wax or honey, but you can't have both. So there's things you've got to think about. That's quite a useful box. It's a lift without any rails in it. That's handy if you're using a feeder, like a canister feeder. That'll fit in there, and it's also handy for putting your hive parts on when you're taking your hive apart. It's quite a good thing to have to make. Roof needs completing sometime. Job for the winter. But I really like this old barbecue lid. Not exactly the right colour for the summer, but what's good about it is that the rain drips this way and it clears the hive entrance, so it gives the bees a bit nicer place to live. That's what you've got to think about all the time. Put a few stones on in case the gales blow it off. And there we are. So we've been in, we've got the queen cell on a frame. I can't remember now whether it took 2 or 1, and put it in the nucleus hive, in the swarm box, which I use as a nucleus hive. And we've left one only, I think, queen cell, nice one in the centre, and hopefully she'll hatch out. If there's other queen cells there, then she may destroy them and she'll be the dominant queen. The swarm's taking the old queen with them. So I've got a reasonable workforce here, just to seal those unsealed honeycombs out. So I'll see you next time.